I now call on Angela Constance, Minister, up to 7 minutes, please.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Presiding Officer, can I also add to the commendations by other members of this Parliament to Neil Findlay for securing the debate. It's been a well-attended debate and a well-supported debate. For the record, Presiding Officer, I would like to restate the position of the Scottish Government, which is quite simply that blacklisting is wholly unacceptable. And the Scottish Government endorses the comments made by the Health and Safety Executive and condemns any form of blacklisting of employees by employers for raising concerns about safety standards at work. And the Scottish Government is totally opposed to blacklisting or the compiling of a blacklist on such a basis. Now, Presiding Officer, if I can firstly address the issue that has been most prominent in the contributions raised by Neil Findlay and others, is that as a government we acknowledge the call for a Scottish Government inquiry. However, we believe it is appropriate for the Scottish Affairs Committee to conduct and conclude their inquiry into this issue. As we all know, matters of employment law are reserved to the UK Government, and the Scottish Government is not convinced at this time of the merits of another inquiry whilst the Scottish Affairs Committee investigation is ongoing and that their recommendations are pending. Certainly.
John Finney.
Thank you, President Officer. I'm grateful to the Minister for accepting intervention. Would the Minister accept that human rights is a devolved issue?
Minister Angela Constance.
Absolutely, and I think as members of the Scottish Parliament we are all very aware of the high calibre set for the Scottish Government and the Scottish Parliament in terms of complying with EHCR, but the fact remains that employment and industrial relations remains reserved to the UK Government, and that may remain an anomaly of the constitutional settlement in my view, but it is the factual position. Can you just let me a wee bit of progress and then I'll let you in. We are pleased to see the rigour that's been applied by the Scottish Affairs Committee to its investigation, and as a government we've read the committee's interim report with great interest. And in its interim report the committee concludes that the service offered by the Consulting Association was a blacklisting one, that its subscribers put money into and took information out of a database, and that this information was used to make decisions about whether or not to employ certain individuals. And we concur with the Scottish Affairs Committee in concluding that this practice was unethical and is to be condemned. And I'm happy to give way to Mr Findlay.
Neil Findlay.
Thanks very much to the Minister. Just to confirm, I mean, justice is devolved as well, but just to be absolutely clear, because this is an interim report, the Scottish Government sees there being no merit in having an inquiry now, but that position will be reconsidered once the full report is published. First question. And secondly, I wonder if the Minister would address the point I raised in the debate about what steps are being taken now on major construction projects like the Forth Road Bridge to ensure that no blacklisting is still going on.